Yeah, hello? Yes, I can hear you.
That's good. So, let me just introduce myself in case some people are joining us from other countries and mainly in Nigeria. So,
Okay.
hello everyone. Um, my name is Atne Lekandane, popularly addressed as Global Pythagoras. I'm a student of Federal University of Technology, Akure, Nigeria, Ondo State. The purpose of this global maths blueprint podcast is just to spread the language of mathematics around the world, explore how mathematics, sharp technology, finance, healthcare, education, and innovation. So today episode is going to be an amazing one. It's going to be a great
Yes.
one that with my colleague here is here for us to give us on what we are going to just going to be like interactive section. So as we are moving to today's episode, the topic for today episode is AI and mathematical creativities. Can machine discover new mathematics? So is from United. Our speaker is from United Kingdom. So our speaker, can you help us to introduce yourself to our audience listens to us?
Yes. First of all, can you hear me, Akane?
I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Great. So first of all, hello to you. And I would just like to say it's such a pleasure to be welcome to the Maths with Purpose podcast. And I can't wait to share my views with you on here. As for everyone who's watching, my name is Darshil Vidal, and I'm currently pursuing a master's degree in biochemistry at the University of East Anglia. As for additional information about me, I'd just like to say I'm a highly curious individual and also someone who wants to do a lot since I have a lot of interest in various fields from STEM, artistry, sports, music, and humanities. So yes, that's me.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing to hear. So today we have a lot of questions. We have just like 10 questions today, just to prepare ourselves for other people to know how we are preparing ready for this thing. So the first question we have here is, what comes to your mind you hear the phrase of mathematical creativities, and can AI truly process it? Do you
That's
get my question?
yes, yeah, I got your question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a very good question to start off with. So I'd like to start off with like, what is mathematical creativity? So I think mathematical creativity is the ability to create original mathematical concepts or ideas.
Yeah.
But I also think of it as a way a person can overcome mathematical problems. So it doesn't necessarily have to be meaning to create something, but also using that creativity to go about a certain existing problem. So I believe everyone possesses this skill of mathematical creativity, but some people may have more extravagant or unique ways of overcoming problems, right? Everyone is unique.
Yes.
So which now leads into the question, can AI truly possess something called creativity? Because AI is human made. People made AI. So
Yeah.
can it be creative? So I feel like that's a very heavy topic on its own. It can be a question on its own. However, in my opinion, I believe the creativity is limited simply because AI is a creation of humans and it allows us to utilize it as a skill and a tool. However, I don't believe AI has the ability to analyze things unless it has been programmed to, because we program it to understand certain things. Like, so say let's take ChatGPT for example, very widely known AI.
Yes.
GPT in ChatGPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. So let's break it down. Generative. Generative means like to generate, to create. And the idea of pre-trained means that before we even get to operate the model, before we get to use ChatGPT, it's already been fed large amounts of data, and using this data, it uses it to interpret human language ideas and concepts. So therefore it allows it to understand grammar, facts and reasoning, right?
Yeah.
But if it was never fed this information, it wouldn't be able to operate like we know it does. And the T in ChatGPT means transformer. So it just means it allows it to understand the concept and context or in a sentence simultaneously. So yeah, simply in my opinion to this question, the answer is no. At its current level, I don't think AI truly possesses mathematical creativity. But yes, it certainly has the ability to evolve in the near future if we develop it by the necessary means to allow AI to think on its own without being fed any data or information by humans. Then yeah, I believe it will happen, but it will be scary when it does.
Thank you for that. For my own view from that creativity is, when doing my own research, because I like using AI. I do AI research a lot.
Yes.
So when I was doing my own research, I found that mathematics is the foundation of AI. You can know how
Yes.
build yourself as a mathematician. You can also build AI for yourself. You do a lot of practicals. So thank you for that. Thank you. So the next question we have here is, how is human mathematical creativity different from the way AI generates mathematical solution or pattern?
Yes. Yes, so the question, could you repeat the question one more time? Yeah, could you repeat the question?
Okay, I said, how is human mathematical creativity different from the way AI generates mathematical solution or patterns?
Okay, I got that. So, well, let's jump right into the question. So, the human mathematical creativity is something, it's something truly beautiful in my opinion. And this is because mathematics, its origin, is truly come from the drive, the resilience, and the curiosity of multiple mathematicians from all over the world.
Yeah.
And most mathematicians had a purpose in mind and also their own motivations towards creating mathematical concepts that form modern day society. However, if we talk about current AI, it recognizes and combines patterns from data it is given to provide a mathematical solution. So if we talk about creating results, yes, AI can certainly create results, but whether they are truly correct is something largely subjective. Like, we can't always say AI is correct. Because also my personal experience, AI hasn't always given the right answers, but they can give you answers. So yeah, that's that. And also AI can produce results without actually having any subjective understanding or motivation.
Yeah.
Which really sets it apart from how humans operate.
So yeah, it even mean sometimes if I use AI to solve a question, it just give me the answer. It will not give me the step by step. So due to I have the knowledge of mathematics as a mathematician as I am, so I
Yes.
look at the solution. I do my own step by step because whenever you want to give your lecturers or someone in charge of your this thing, so you have to give them a step by step. So I give them a step by step solution. So that's that. So the next question we have now is: do you believe AI can discover entire new mathematical concepts, theorem, or branch of mathematics, but woman can have never imagined? Why or why not?
So, okay. So can AI discover mathematical concepts?
Yeah,
Well,
theorems, branch of mathematics.
okay. So that's another very interesting question. I like the questions you're giving to me. It gets the mind going. So,
Yeah.
yeah, props to you for the questions. So, short answer is no. That's what I think. But again, well, as I mentioned earlier, it's quite highly possible. And I'd like to lean towards the answer being a yes to the question. However, again, I don't think that the concept produced will entirely be correct unless using human data provided, we have missed something collectively, and AI somehow manages to piece together things. And yeah, like if AI uses this data that humans are given and we have just missed something entirely, then yeah, it's possible. However, again, it is very highly unlikely since the answers produced are designed so that humans can understand them. So I don't think AI would be able to produce a complex mathematical concept from like just thin air. It would have to be something given to it, like current AI. I don't think has the capacity to do that, and also it would be able to defend that idea. Like AI would have to defend that idea
Yes.
and explain with full confidence that yes, this this concept is true, and these are the reasons. It would have to explain with full confidence. But since all its confidence is human-fed data and not its own unique experience, AI would have to have the ability to experience, and that would change the game entirely. Because once AI has the ability to experience things, it's a whole different like AI we're dealing with. Like artificial intelligence would become a whole different sort of, you could even call it an organism, because since it has the ability to feel, it's yeah, I just can't comprehend how scary that would be for us as well. So
Yes.
yes, I think the answer to the question right now would be a no, that AI doesn't have the necessary ability to create mathematical concepts that humans cannot comprehend while still being correct.
Yes, thank you for that. What you are telling us that is that AI cannot discover the new mathematical concepts, theorems. That's good. Thank you for that.
Yes.
So the next question we have for you today: what are some real world examples where AI has already contributed to mathematical research or scientific discovery? Do you get my
Okay,
question?
so this is yeah, I heard your question. Was it real world examples to
Yes.
scientific discovery? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So something recently, since I do biochemistry, my interests revolve around various things. Um, but biology is something I really enjoy as a student. So recently, in terms of scientific discovery, AI has sort of become almost an autonomous collaborator. Um, and in the world of biology and medicine, which are some of the many interests, AI models like AlphaFold, um, which for context is a system, AlphaFold is a system, AI system, worked on by Google DeepMind, that allows it to predict 3D structures for proteins, which I think is absolutely mind-boggling. Like, that is amazing. And it predicts these 3D structures for proteins directly from their amino acid sequences, which is, like, again, it's genuinely insane, as structure prediction and protein folding has finally been solved. It's an issue, not an issue, but it's been a large process within the scientific industry, with researchers, and that it's finally been solved by Google DeepMind. And this matters heavily because proteins are essentially the building blocks of life. Everyone needs proteins in order to survive. We're built off proteins, and proteins are responsible for everything that goes on around our body, whether that's fighting off infections, digesting food, driving chemical reactions that regulate body function. And therefore AlphaFold AlphaFold has just changed the entire industry of predicting the protein folding. And before AlphaFold, the process for determining the shape of these proteins was heavily expensive, and a very long process, it taking months or even years of lab experiments. That's insane. Months and years is just to find out whether a protein folds like this or like this. So it would take a very, very long time. However, for comparison, AlphaFold takes about minutes to hours. Now, comparing that to months and years to minutes and hours is a large difference in time. Like, that saves a lot of time. And that's genuinely very revolutionary to the biological field, researching field. It's very revolutionary. And AlphaFold actually also won award. They won the Nobel Prize in chemistry.
Wow.
So that is genuinely very amazing for what AI has done for research. It's a very amazing thing. And one more thing I'd like to add or mention is AI emulators. Are you aware of AI emulators? They have also helped researchers help the world in a widely known topic known as climate change. Everyone knows about climate change.
Yes.
And traditional models, they would take up a lot of time, just like the protein folding. And they were also very slow and energy intensive. However, latest AI emulators are able to do a lot just by predicting complex atmospheric cloud and ocean processes in a matter of seconds. And seconds is that is insane. Like, that's saving a lot of time. And this is amazing because now we're able to act on climate change better than before, and where we can be even more prepared than before. So That's
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
that's one of the big impacts that AI has done recently.
That I really like the idea of that. AI has contributed a lot of things into research world, scientific discovery. That's great. So thank you for that. Thank you so much. So the next question we have for you here is mathematicians often rely on institute and imagination. Can machine develop something similar to mathematical institution?
So, can machines develop something similar to intuition, mathematical intuition? Okay. I think, I feel like they can, it's possible, but it would be very difficult for us to try and help machines develop similar levels of intuition. Because again, if we just left AI as it is, um, try to develop intuition, it won't be able to, certainly not. But if we wanted to um, sort of gather levels of intuition like we humans do, then yeah, it will be possible. But I feel like we don't have the we would have to like work really hard on AI to be able to carry out these processes known as intuition. And then again, it comes to the idea of what really is intuition, and how it differs from human to human, because you have different intuition, I have different intuitions. My mom has different intuition, my dad has different intuitions. People in my university, in my course, they'll all have a different sort of intuition. And yes, each individual basically has different levels of intuition and imagination, whereas AI would have to try and match or do even better than us. And mind you, human intuition isn't always correct. Like, we can have intuition on something, but doesn't mean it will be correct all of the time. You can just, it's almost like a guess of something. And that's the same thing with the human imagination. It isn't always possible to create something just based off of our imagination. Like, for example, I can just imagine, tomorrow I'll have a nice vacation to the Maldives. But, like, just because of my imagination, it won't become reality. So there's lots of limitations regarding that. So maybe yes, it could be possible for machines to develop this in the future, such as predictive modeling. They could have like some sort of system that allows it to, like similar to forecasts and emulators, they can develop something like a very advanced, complex predictive modeling system. But again, matching human intuition and imagination is just very complex and often illogical, which I fail to see a machine being illogical, since they're always often seen as machines that will give you correct answers rather than something that deviates from our understanding. Like, we always want machines to do the right thing. We don't want them to give us the wrong thing, or like illogical ideas that we won't be able to understand. Which again, that brings back my previous point, what I said earlier when I talked about AI's experience is only built or limited to what we have fed them. So for AI to have an individual and unique experience, it would probably have to evolve to being a sentient being. It would have to have some sort of conscious or being able to experience something, which would be very fascinating to see what direction that would go in the future.
Yes, thank you for that. Thank you. I really like the explanation. It's really amazing one to hear. So the next one we have for you here is: should we see AI as a replacement for mathematician or as a collaborative partner that enhance human thinking?
See, this is the question. You really did very nice questions. This is I love this question because it really shows, like, despite AI not being quite there to replace mathematicians, we just based off of this question we can see the uneasiness that humans thinking may well surpass us one day. Like, even though AI is probably like very beneficial to society, there's also this like revolving theme that, oh yes, AI might replace us one day, my job is being replaced by AI, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.
I even heard
Yeah.
that many people are saying that AI is
Yeah,
replacing them.
it's a very increasing theme. Like, everyone's talking about it around the world.
Wow.
But it's very reasonable. It's very reasonable to think that way because soon we might not need people to. We might not need financial analysts. We might not need like people in tech firms. We might not need waiters in restaurants. Have you seen the robot AI waiters? They come in, you order, you place your order,
Yes,
then they come in like robots, and
yes, yes.
they serve your order. So yeah, it is definitely scary, and that might mean in the future it might just mean more unemployability, which isn't very good because as a university student, that makes me scared whether I will have a job in the future or not, or will I just have to keep
Yes.
finding for a job, or even resort to labor work, because that's something I feel like AI still can't fully take over. But yeah, again, I think we should view AI as a collaborative partner on the all, because we should view them as a collaborative partner that enhances human thinking rather than a competitor. As I don't think there are any mathematicians out there that would truly see AI as a competitor. I think mathematicians should only compete with one another rather than AI, because it would seem truly illogical to compete with a non-sentient being that has no concept of feeling. Like, even if AI did beat you, it wouldn't feel like it has gained something from being faster than a human at calculating something or getting something correct that a human got wrong, or vice versa. Because it's just if we just think about it, like, if you just take a step back and think about it, all the time I've seen people use AI to help them with their work. Like, even in university, we have policies regarding AI, because AI is such a large, it's such a new revolutionary item that's just brought into the world of education. And yeah, universities don't view it as a sort of a thing that will replace humans, rather we see it as a tool that people use to
Yes.
often cheat or just get things done for them quicker.
Yes.
But universities don't like just cancel out the idea of using AI. They say, yeah, you can use it,
Yes.
but use them for the right things. Use them
Yes.
to check for grammar, check for punctuations. But they don't want you to just source ideas straight from AI. Don't get ideas from AI. Don't let it write your work for you. At the end of the day, it still has to have that human touch and credibility, which AI still can't replicate. And I think even if it does replicate it one day, it will definitely be very scary to differentiate
Yes.
between
Even I
humanity
even
and
had
AI.
that. I even had when on Twitter when almost say something that those that will benefit from AI, they are mathematician, all the scientific people, they are the one that will enjoy AI in the free year. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Then-
Yes. Most mathematicians, I feel like modern day mathematicians compared to back then
Yes.
is very different. Back then
Yes.
it used to be chalkboard, chalk and
Yes.
blackboard, and then it evolved to the whiteboard and ink pens, and just people doing constant theory, just just on pen and paper,
Yes.
just constantly solving equations and all that. But nowadays, AI has really like revolutionized that. You can do AI on your computer. You can do
Yeah.
maths on your computer. It's like, truly, it's something that should definitely benefit mathematicians and people in general will definitely benefit from it. But I just feel like usage of AI should be like it should be governed. Like people should know the limit of using AI. It shouldn't just AI do this for me, like, because then our mathematical thinking will go down. We will stop thinking for ourselves and we'll just
Yes.
ask AI to do everything. Then I can just be like relaxed, at home. But yeah.
Thank you for that. It's amazing one to hear. Like I really like the explanation very well. So the next one we have here is, how do you think AI powered mathematical tools will transform the way students learn mathematics in the next decade?
Oh wow. That just came straight off of the next question.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how it will impact everyone and mathematicians and students. So yeah, in the next decade, it's certainly a long way. It's a long way to go, but it could come sooner than expected. But I believe that AI-powered mathematical tools will certainly play a huge part of society and how students operate as well, which can, again, like I keep saying it, but it will become both a scary and a good thing. But I feel like since we're talking about an important matter, let's talk about the negative side first,
Yes.
because AI is definitely very good for us, but it can also be a bad thing, which I think people sort of push aside, like they don't want to acknowledge the negatives of AI.
Yes.
So let's talk about what students like myself or people younger than me would normally do if they encountered a difficult maths question in class. So the scenario would be like maybe a difficult trigonometric question, or maybe matrices question, or maybe Pythagoras.
Yes.
This anything, yes, anything difficult maybe. A student comes across a difficult question. They're doing it, but they can't answer the question. Then their first thought would be, okay, let me ask my classmate, and first maybe he or she will be able to help me, or we can work through it together. Now this is very healthy, because this helps the student be more involved with their learning, as it's more invigorating for the mind, and it's enriching as well, as you're both acting physically, trying to understand, physically and mentally, you're trying to understand the problem, you're breaking it down, you're correcting each other, you're saying, no, maybe that's not the way to go, or maybe yes, this is the way to go. Yes, you're trying to understand the problem, and hence it will stay in your memory as well.
Yes.
It'll stay in your memory for longer, because you're talking about it, you're discussing it, you're going hand to paper, pen to paper, you know. However, if AI was to become a heavy part of student culture, which funnily enough, it's starting to become a heavy part of student culture, the student who needed help in the question would skip the classmate. They wouldn't go to their classmate. They would go straight to AI, which would mean there's no human interaction, and that means going straight to a machine that would supposedly help you get the correct answer. However, as I said before, that is not always correct. Now let me talk about a real life example. An example that I faced not too long ago, 1 or 2 years ago. This happened to me when I was in sixth form. There was a student in my class, in my maths class, because I took further mathematics in sixth form.
Okay.
And we would have like a starter task, or like we would have questions on the board.
Yes.
And my teacher, we only had 5 students in our class, including me. It was a very small class. And this student, one of my friends, we would often use this AI app that was built for answering maths questions using AI. And yeah, this is like it's very funny, but it's true.
Yeah.
He would take his phone out, and he would take a picture of the question on the board, and it would just generate answer for you, and methods to answer it as well. So yeah, he did this for some maths questions, and often he got the questions correct. 70% of them, I would say, he got them correct.
Wow.
Which is very, very crazy. Yeah, it's very amazing to see AI can answer questions. However, he also got a lot of them wrong. Yeah, and depending on the app, yeah, he got quite a lot of them wrong as well as right, which obviously it's not that bad considering he got about 70%, 50, 60% of them right, but still 40% being wrong is a very crucial figure, meaning we can't just like fully rely on AI being correct. It can also be wrong, even though we want AI to be correct. We want it to be that last resort, like, oh, I can't do this on my own, let me ask AI. But then what's the point if AI is also going to be wrong, you know? So yeah, that's why I see it as a bad thing, because if there is nothing to verify the answer against, like an unsolved question with no answer, um, then we would, or the student would consider the answer given by AI as correct, which could heavily impact the future of students lacking critical thinking skills, because they'll just be gullible to the wrong answers, and they will lack the ability to criticize things, because they'll just think everything that AI gives me is correct. They won't question it. So yeah, however, if we learn to use AI as a tool correctly to enhance our current learning techniques, our current education system, then we could most likely see, like, we would most probably see a world with even greater mathematicians than today.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for amazing that. So the next question we just want to rush it, like we can finish this question. So,
Yes.
what are the major limitations or dangers of relying on AI for mathematical discovery and research?
Okay, so again, from what I said previously, the major limitations would probably be the lack of human contact, an invigorating experience of trying to solve problems on your own via trial and error, of repeatedly trying to get the correct answer. And the dangers would most definitely be just imagining a generation of mathematicians or students that just only rely on AI to fully get the correct answer. That would be scary, and then using AI's answers as model answers would probably cause a generation of full of students that lack critical thinking skills. But I highly think that would be unlikely, as I think we're all full aware of the benefits of AI and equally conscious of the drawbacks of becoming overly reliant on it. So yeah.
Yes. Although I use AI a lot. I use AI a lot. I use AI
Yeah.
to do many things. So
Yeah, so do I as a student. Yeah, I use AI quite a lot.
yeah. So the next question we have here is: imagine it is the year 2050. What role do you think AI will play in solving some of the world's most complex mathematical problems?
Wow. I mean, I think it will become one of humans' most important weapons in tackling problems in the modern world.
Yes.
Most definitely. Like earlier, I talked about the AlphaFold. Just similar to that, I feel like AI has potential to create a lot of different software and tools that will just continue to
Yes.
help humanity. Like, in simple terms, one of the greatest asset humans will have in solving whatever problems it may be, from complex mathematical concepts and problems to simple problems that you just might consult other people for. So ultimately, AI it has the potential to become the ultimate encyclopedia that every human will have access to it just by their fingertips, which sounds very promising if we go in the positive direction in developing the best possible AI models and devices to aid us.
Yes, thank you for that. Thank you. So
Yes,
AI is really important like that. Ah,
very
wow.
important.
I
Yeah,
want to learn more about AI. Okay.
yeah,
So the last question we have here, the last
yes.
question. So
Last
if an
question.
AI system one day proved a groundbreaking theorem that no human understand, should we accept it as a valid mathematical mathematics or why?
Wow, genuinely, that is that is a very difficult question, if I be honest.
Yes.
It becomes more of a philosophical question. But,
Yes.
yeah, but I feel like if no human understands it, then probably we will try and be safe and not use it as for any uses, as it would probably come with a lot of drawbacks if the theorem or the formula turns out to be wrong. Like let's say I don't know, let's throw a very impossible problem, like imagine trying to reach light speed. Yeah, it's impossible.
Yes.
Yeah, as like whilst we use a current theory, known theories like Einstein's theory of relativity, we know that as an object with mass moves faster, it increases in energy. However, at light speed, the energy required would become infinite, which isn't physically possible. Hence, with what we know for sure, anything with mass, light speed is not possible.
Yes.
However, what if AI created a mathematical concept that we cannot comprehend, which basically states that it is possible to reach light speed? That would entirely be infinitely puzzling, as it would be a question. It would question the very validity of Einstein's theory of relativity and everything associated around that, like E equals mc squared, everything we would start to question that if that even is true or not. So yes, also we previously stated that if something was impossible and it suddenly became possible, I doubt to see all of us agreeing with something like that. So in all honesty, I think we would all agree that we would not consider it valid mathematics until we can prove it to be valid by experimentation and theoretical working out. Until us as humans can work it out, I don't think we will accept it. So yeah, until we verify something, it shouldn't be used or considered until there's a human compatible explanation.
Yes, thank you so much. So, this is the end of this episode. So, we are moving to the next one. So, thank you so much for accepting
Yes.
our invitation. We are happy to see you here as Math with Purpose. As we all know, the main reason why I bring up with Math with Purpose is that in Nigeria, here, they believe math is about solving for X, Y, solving for the Y, the S on paper.
Yes, I
Why
agree.
math is beyond that, it's beyond the Y, the S, it's beyond solving for X. That's our motto
I
for
agree.
math purpose. Do you know our motto is at the end of the day, we don't just solve for X, we solve for life and global impact. And Y is the reason why we must solve for life and global impact. So thank you
Yes,
once
that's
again.
amazing.
for
Yes,
this
again,
episode.
yeah.
I really appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
same.
you.
Thank you so much, Akinle, for having me here, and thank you for your time. It was genuinely very fun answering those questions and sharing my
Yes.
views on AI to the world and the internet, and what AI may look like for in the future.
Yes.
And I very much enjoyed this experience, and I hope
Yeah.
everyone gets the opportunity to listen to this podcast, Maths with Purpose, especially this
Yes.
episode.
Yes. Thank you so
Most
much.
definitely.
So you can end the section now. Bye.
Okay, see you. Thank you very
See you
much.
next time. All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.